What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I had this is an impulse stream. I had no intentions on going live tonight, so this is an impulse stream. I still have things I gotta do that I'll be working on tonight, but I had no intentions on going live. It just hit me. Something said, go live tonight. You got a little window of time to spare. Go live. So here I am with y'all, man. And it won't be a long one. This won't be a long one, but I hope it could be a strong one. The right one, not the wrong one. And but like I said, I won't hold y'all too long. We'll do an open topic tonight, and whatever y'all got on y'all mind, we can get it out. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Always have your notifications on and click that like button for your big brother. Because what they tell me is the likes put you in the algorithm, which lands you randomly in people's thing. And we want to spread these videos out as much as we can. I feel like personally, y'all can disagree with me if y'all want to. I don't know. But I feel like we be saying some pretty good stuff once we get into it. You know, I'm going to always answer y'all's questions about the music or whatever. Sometimes we get on some pretty, I won't say deep, but potentially deep stuff, man. So we'll get it on, man. Everybody that haven't clicked the like button, please do so right now for your big brother. Y'all know how I am with disproportionate like and membership visual. But we'll get it on, man. This is open topic. The rules are it's open topic. And y'all feel free to ask me whatever questions y'all want to ask me. If I know the answer, I'll answer it. If I don't, then I'll just say I don't know. And we'll try to figure it out together. The main law in my stream is respect and maturity. We're not going to do no wild, disrespectful stuff to myself or each other. And we're going to be mature. We're trying to grow and learn. This ain't a space just to be spacing in. This is a space where we're trying to make each other better and learn. So if you got a little immature attitude, you're coming in here playing and silly and trolling and acting like you're 12 years old when you're really 43, 29, because that's what you get. The trolls are usually grown people, which I've said before, but it always shocks me how grown men and women who might possibly pay bills and have responsibilities always amazes me how they coming in giggling and talking stupid. But let's get it on, man. This is an open topic. We ain't gonna play around with it, man. Let's go. Let's get it on, man. I see my homie Jamarca Salt is in the building, man. Miss Lady Sample, all the OGs, man. I ain't gonna start running them off to the end, but yeah, we'll get it on, man. Solar Panel kicks it off. He says, "You see the Yu Minglong torture in China. Craziest ish I've seen in a while, brother. God bless. I can't stick on. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. You say the Yu Minglong torture. Say I highly recommend everyone look into it. Okay. What's up, Connie? There's my email address right there, Connie. All right. You thought me up. Lot Much says Talk about how whack people are in the Pacific Northwest. Hey man, I can't do that. I got love for everybody, man. I got love everywhere. I don't know what you done got into with the people in the great Pacific Northwest, man. Shout out to Hilltop, Tacoma. Shout out to Washington State. Shout out to the whole, yeah, man. I ain't, hey, man, hey, whatever you got going on, y'all got to work that out. You ain't gonna throw me in that grease. Lou Hybrid says, I just dropped a diss track against my cousin and a few of my exes. Man, you going in. I prayed to God to help me write it out. Man, man, what's going on, Lou? Wow. And a few of your exes. Hey man, y'all hit the like, click that thumbs up, man. We ain't gonna do that. We're not gonna do that, man. Click that thumbs up. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. There's about 13, 14 people in here that's in here, but they haven't clicked the thumbs up yet. Now, if you're waiting to see if you're gonna like the content, then okay, I understand. But if not, if you just want to bless our game, click that thumbs up, man. Yeah. Miss Lady Sample, my day was pretty good. Both my sports teams won. I won. Had a game tonight. Basketball, I won. Everybody won today. So why not keep the winning spirit going all the way into this live stream? Hope you had a great day. How was your day? All of y'all, how was y'all day? Yeah. MT Show Me State says, what's up, Reno? I meant to ask you, are you familiar with the Houston female rapper Les Money? No question about it. Les Money in the 90s, man, was one of the hardest female artists, man. She was so dope. I first heard Les Money on the Street Military record, and she was going in. I was like, whoa, who is this? Now the funny thing about her, Les Money, man, she's real big in real estate now. Yeah, she's a real estate agent, to my knowledge, and she's doing real good. She's still around. Les Money still out here, man. Still out here. You got a Les Money mention. That's what's up. Okay. Xavier, hip hop conspiracy sports. Man, you got everything covered. You got any new singles or albums coming out? Yeah. The new album. We're working on the new album now, man. That's the name of it. Xavier. It's called The Industry. The End Us Tree. Dropping next month. I promise. Yeah. Make sure you look. I do this every time. Xavier, send me an email, bro. I'll put you on the contact list. I'll let you know exactly when the album is available for pre-order and all that good stuff. I'll see you, Brandon. It's going like it go. Christopher Torres is in the building. He says, what do you think about the new Texas music scene and how the OGs are working with the younger guys? Been a fan since the first time I heard Bob Wild Discipline. I mean, I love it, man. It's the way it should be. Everybody in the city should link up as much as possible. Everybody should link up as much as possible. Um, Especially the older generation and the younger generation. We have to bridge that gap, not just in music, but in life in general. But music is a good catalyst. It's a good starting point to bridge the gap in life because music is the universal unifier in a lot of cases. So yeah, it's always good when the OGs work with the youngsters, because now we can get a chance to know each other. Now we can get a chance to understand each other's journey, and we get a chance to learn from each other. Because that's what I always say. I mean, if the OGs, if we would humble ourselves, we could learn from the younger generation. If the younger generation would humble themselves, they could definitely learn a lot from us. So yeah, I love it, man. Yeah. Solar Panel says, I want to find out more information about plasticizing human bodies. Seems to be connected to the occult and power in every country. I mean, plasticizing them while they're alive. They're doing it while they're alive. Yeah. Oh, Landis, what's up, my brother? Who came up with the name of your new album and also the song called the Come On Man? Come on, O. You know I came up with all my stuff. I don't take ideas from nobody else. Yeah, but I came up with that. And Dead Money also is reflective of where the money is headed, the decline of the dollar, as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan. This and what we seeing unfold in this country right before our eyes. The money is on life support, and yeah. So this album is gonna be real, some real time issues with what I hope and pray to be peaks into what's not hoping for the worst, but I'm saying basically speaking on what I believe based on what I've been taught, um, where we are and where we could be headed. I'll say it like that. Is that Isaiah Segovia? Say, God can't help you if you can't help yourself first. Effort makes everything better. I can't argue with you, bro. God can help you even if you don't help yourself. He may give you a little boost along to perk you up and wake you up. Hey man, you got to get on the ball. But the principle you're speaking of is right and exact. God helps those who absolutely help themselves. So, a lot of times we sit around complaining and crying while things are not moving for us. Things ain't happening for us because we're not putting in the work. And then we see other people start to pop off and move and progress. And we sit around jealous and envious of their advancements, and we're not doing nothing to advance ourselves. Albo said, thoughts on Dolphins making the playoffs. Man, y'all got to subscribe to the Legends 34 podcast. We just did a new episode last night. Um, we don't talk much Dolphins. Um, Last I saw, it wasn't looking too good. Has something changed? Has something changed in Miami since the last time I checked? I mean, what has changed in Miami since the last I checked? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, come on, man. The Dolphins ain't got a snowball chance in hell to make the play. The Dolphins are 3-7, bro. They won when they win today. The Dolphins are 3-7 and in third place in the division. Come on, man. No, the Dolphins are not gonna make the playoffs. I had to look it up real quick. I had to look it up. Come on, man. You a fan though. Meanwhile, my Texans are struggling. We got a big win today, but we still behind the 8 ball record wise. Matthew the Biblical, what's going on? I see you. Cameron Keelan says, me and my buddy David had a good night serving barbecue past few weekends. We just been getting whooped. Albo says, how was it working with Crazy? I mean, in this day and age, a lot of times, if you're not in the same city with somebody, the work don't happen the way we like may imagine the work happen. We're not in studio together. We didn't do it. It wasn't like that. So I can't officially say I worked with the dude, but uh we got a song coming, but we didn't actually work together. It's more of a connection. Yeah. Yeah, the Pistons look good. The Pistons are scary. Bofo Show Beats. What's going on, man? This is an open topic, y'all. So whatever y'all got in y'all mind to ask, feel free. Bofo says ready for that new album. Me too. I'm ready to be finished with this album. Yeah. Solar says I was a legit alien in his head for so long. Man, I appreciate that, man. I take that as a compliment. Christopher says passing down game is key. That's right. This lady sample says we all need each other. If everyone started spending 2 hours a week serving or just spending time with their community, the world would change. I totally agree. The world would change. 2 hours a week. It don't take much if enough people do a little. That's the remix. Damn Talk, I see you. Alchemistical, I see you. What's the album called? The new album is called, that is, The Industry. And every time somebody asks me about something, oops, I made a mistake. Yeah. Alchemistical, that's my email address right there, man. Send me an email right now, and I'll put you on the contact list for pre-order. Shoot it to me right now, y'all. I want y'all to keep supporting CDs and physical copies. That's what we're gonna be pushing. And y'all see that other website I just put, Martial Arts Productions .space. That is the website to order the new comic book. The new comic book is ready to rock and roll. Y'all didn't know we had a new comic book. My OGs knew, but a lot of people didn't. Let me show it to y'all real quick. This is the box. Like if you order the whole box, the whole set, you can order the individual comic book by itself, but this is the box that it comes in if you order the whole bundle box. And as y'all can see, there's me. Y'all see me in the box with the power fist up like that. Annihilation of the evil machine. Okay. So y'all go to that website I just put down and place your order. You can get the whole box or you can just buy the comic book. It's up to you. Albo says, how bad was the food in Finland? The food was not bad in Finland. The food was actually really good. I remember I went to Finland for the first time 20 years ago. How crazy is that? And I remember, dude, that was this one place that I feel like I ate that every day. Yep. It was a pasta joint. It was an Italian place. And they had some salmon and some pasta with this orange sauce. I'm talking like I did this yesterday. And I wanted to eat that every day. And the homie was like, hey man, there's a bunch of different places out here you can eat. I was like, man, I like this. I want to go back. So no, I enjoyed the food when I went to Finland. Then I went back the second time. I don't think the place was open no more. I don't remember. Yeah. Archangel says action over everything. NK Reds, what's going on? I see y'all, man. We got a few people that are that are not unfamiliar to the chat, but we don't see y'all all the time. So it's good to see y'all. Yeah. Yeah, y'all beat the Bills, but man, y'all 3-7, bro. Y'all not making the playoffs. It's not happening. It's not gonna happen, fam. Y'all are not making the playoffs. You got to be a realist. One thing about sports, if you're a fan, you have to. The worst kind of fan to be in sports is a delusional fan. That means that no matter how bad your team is, no matter how terrible things are going, you that fan that's always going, we're gonna do it this year. We can do it. It's like, no, you can't do it. You got to be real about it. You know what I'm saying? I've had a lot of teams that just was trash, and that was my team, and I'm gonna still root for them. I'm gonna watch them, but I couldn't be delusional to think that we're gonna win the championship. So nah, I'm sorry, man. You know, the Dolphins are not going to do anything this year. Not this year. Can't speak for the future. I don't know, but this year, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. NK Red said you heard about that 50-year mortgage. They doing 50-year mortgages now? I'm familiar with the 30s. Yeah, what's up with the 50-year mortgage? Matthew said, are you still doing that album with the Rhyme Felon? At some point, me and the homie Rhyme Felon, we talked about that probably a couple of years ago. But I be so busy, man. I be having so much on the plate, but that's my brother, so we'll make it happen, man. I'm gonna do the work with everybody I ever said I was gonna do the work with. Inshallah. Yeah. Solar Panel says, love physical copies. I still buy comics too. Well, you in the right place, brother. I got two comic books. This is the second comic book that's getting ready. The one I just showed y'all, that's book number 2. See? That's why y'all got to keep up with me. Y'all got to follow me every day. Y'all got to peek in the door. Y'all got to open the door and peek in and see what's going on. You can't come up missing for 8, 9, 10 months. MC Paradox, Gibson Knight. I see y'all, man. I see y'all in this thing like a Timmy Chan chicken wing. Yeah. MT says, I watched her interview with Booker T the other day. Good one. Were you more of a WWF or WCW? Really, to be honest with you, I was more old school. I was more like Houston wrestling, Mid South wrestling before the mainstream popped off like that. But yeah, but I did, I always respected WCW and WWF. And now you got WWE. It's just blown up. But I'm glad you watched the podcast. And look, do this for me, man. All of y'all. I tell y'all this all the time. I mean, everybody's not gonna do it, but if you say it enough, one person might. Don't just watch the episodes with people who are famous. Watch all the episodes because there's so much information that we get from the lesser known people that y'all miss because y'all look at the thing. If you get the notification, you say, I don't know who that is. I ain't watching that. Man, you're missing out. You're missing out. I appreciate the love, Paradox. Man, God is great. I'm glad the music was able to help you get through some dark times, man. Jimmy, I see you. Grandmaster, I see you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, got to get that box, Solar. Yeah, yeah. Well, the first comic book was a limited edition, just like this one. So we haven't printed any. They out of print. Yeah. Miss Lady Sample says, I wonder if they'll be offering us money to get digital ID soon, or tell us it's a requirement for help. A lot of people thinking that it's leaning towards that. You never know. I don't know. All of the conversations about that, what you're talking about, cashless societies, all these things have been in conversations for years and years, and we don't know. Well, I don't know if it's going to get to that point, but we got to be prepared for whatever point it gets to. The fact of the matter is that the U.S. economy is going to collapse, is going to crash. The money will mean nothing, whatever in whatever form it is, and perhaps they will make it where, hey, if you want goods and services, you got to get chipped or get some type of digital identification. Maybe they'll go to that, but um, the best thing to do is to secure your homes, have things in your home that you need to store up food and supplies and items in your own home, so you won't have to get caught in that rat race if it actually happens, because you that's going to be a movie that you don't want to be in if it does get to that point. So stay ready so we won't have to get ready. Alchemistical, who you got in the NFL? What's my team? Two different answers. My team is the Texans. I'm a Houston Texans fan. We're not gonna bust a grape this year. We're not gonna win nothing. But um, as far as who I'm picking, man, it's in the air. I mean, there's a lot of parity in the NFL. That's a good thing. You don't know who gonna win the championship in the NFL. It's like it could be one team this year, another team. We really can't call it. I can't. Yeah. Any new Zero K-Rino project? Not projects. We haven't worked in a while. Maybe we'll link up at some point in the future. Yeah. Matthew, yeah, we'll have a sampler once the album is done. Yeah. We need Dr. Umar and the Flat versus Spirit debate on the Underground Dialogue podcast. Yeah, Dean, I'll take them both. Yeah. 50 year. Yeah, that's deep. Okay. See what we got, y'all. Dallas won't be winning, that's safe to say. If you could do a documentary, what will it be about? You got knowledge about Sam Cooke. Yeah, I love Sam Cooke, but it's enough. I would never try to do a documentary about Sam Cooke for a number of reasons. Number one, I'm not authorized. That's that man's family and his legacy and his estate. And I know there are probably some other people who got their hands in it that shouldn't have their hands in it. But yeah, do a documentary on my history, maybe the history of the city. I was working with that at one point. I was messing with that at one point, but we fell off. So in hip hop and the city of Houston and that story, but that's a lot of work, man. Documentaries are a lot of work, you know. Hmm. Okay. MT Show Me says, yep, everything Elijah Muhammad said in Fall of America is coming to light. Absolutely. It's like reading the newspaper that was written 40, written 60 or 70 years ago, if my math is right, and everything is accurate. Yeah. HTXGC, you're a pioneer in the South, especially in Houston. Is there anyone mainstream you would like to work with? Ah, that's a good question. Contrary to what people might believe or think about me, it's a lot of mainstream artists that I'm fans of. There's a lot of mainstream artists. So I mean, I would work with pretty much anybody. Now, if you're just saying my preference, I can't think of nobody off the dome that I would just say, oh yeah, I really, really would love to work with this. I can't think of nobody, but I'm not opposed to anybody. You know, I wouldn't. I'm not opposed to working with anybody. I don't have a lot of books. People might think I got a lot of books. I just feel like I got the right books. You know, ain't nothing wrong with having a killer book library, but I feel like when you got the right books, when you got the kind of books that kind of encompass a little bit of everything or a lot of everything, you don't need 10,000 million books. But of course, there's a lot of books that I don't have. But you know, when you have the books of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I know this gonna sound kind of biased, but you know, I feel like that covers most of the ground. Even though that of course is a lot of books that are great learning tools. Syntax, I see you. Made in Empire's image. Said, I often wonder why God waits so long. I guess wants to save as many as possible. Blessings, Kay. Um, One thing that I heard said, God gives everybody time to heed the warnings, to hear the message, so no one will ever be able to say, God, I didn't know. You know. So, and when we say wait so long, God is the master of the creator of time. He's the author of time, and things are done in His time. So we view it as it's so long, and or God's waiting so long, but I don't think that that's how He views it. I don't think He's sitting around going, any minute now, you know. There are things that He works out and that have to work themselves out, in my opinion, and then He moves. You know, I feel like if anybody could be accused of waiting too long for things, it would be us. We the ones that wait too long. We the ones playing around and frolicking, and you know, we wait too long. So if there's gods that wait too long, we would be those gods with the little g. Because the scriptures say, ye are all God's children of the Most High. So who's the God that's waiting too long? Is it the one with the big G, or is it the ones with the little g? All right. Yeah, I work with Cube, of course. 53 looking out. Oh, that was loud. Brandon Young says, 3-Eye Atlas is closer. Yeah. Palantir says hello. Okay. What's up, L? I see you. Jason Brody, I see you, man. Finally, they give me a notification. Well, you got to stay on it, man. Way to stay persistent. Me, CeeLo Green, and KRS-One. I'd have to come on with it on that one. Yeah. Bofo says, who produced your song Ups and Downs? I think that song, because that's an old album. That was on Worst Rap Alive, if I'm correct. I think that Big Doc, the homie Big Doc, I think that's who produced Ups and Downs. See, that's the beauty of the physical copy and the benefit of the physical copy that you don't get from the streaming. I guess they may have. Do they have some kind of notes when you stream albums that kind of put the credits on it? I'm not familiar. So y'all tell me if that's how I go. But when you buy the physical copies, it'll tell you who produced what. But I think Big Doc produced Ups and Downs. I could be wrong. I don't have a copy of that album to read the credits. Yeah. Black Lou City says, what are your thoughts on the flat earth theory? The rapper Lord Jamar thinks it's flat. Well, you can see my thoughts. All you gotta do is look behind me. All you gotta do is look behind me. I say it every time somebody asks me that question. If you see me here, just look behind me. Look behind me. I can't get my bearings right. But right behind me, you'll see what I think, what I know. Jordan Sargent, I see you. LaRon McDowell TV. Say, I stay working. And all that I went through hits home. Man, blessings, man. I appreciate that. Make sure you get the new music. Libertarian says, have you heard of Free Alabama and Halifax County Prison? No, what is that? I have no clue what that is. A collaboration with Cam would be the West Coast Cam? Yeah, absolutely. Solar Panel says, do your songs usually just come to you like a spark, or do you like sit down and plot them out? Obviously, don't got to answer that, but I have. I mean, it's both. Every artist will answer that question the same way. You have moments where the idea and the inspiration just comes out of nowhere, and you just putting it down, it's pouring out your head. Then you have other times where you purposely craft a song, and it could be based on just a beat that you hear. It's like, okay, this beat directs me to create this type of song. So it happens both ways. Yeah. Jordan Sargent. Jordan Sargent, this is what I want you to do, man. That's my email address. I want you to send me an email. I'll put you on the contact list so you'll know when a new album drops. It drops next month, and that's the title of it. So, yes, sir. Um, Subscribe to the channel, Jordan, and turn on your notifications. I post videos all the time, and I go live at least once every weekend. So that way you can be like, boom, I know he coming with something. But yeah, the new album is in the works right now. Send me an email. I'll add you to the contact list so you can pre-order when it's time. NK Red says, so how did you meet Dollar Bill? I think I met Dollar Bill through the homie KO SPC2G, and I did a song with KO, and Dollar Bill produced the beat, and that was a long time ago. And that's how I came across Dollar Bill. And we've been working for a long time because the first comic book was the Galactic Quest, and that was based on a song that he produced. And I know for a fact, who could tell me how old that song is? When Galactic Quest was on, I don't remember which album it was on, but that song got to be maybe 10, 12 years old, I'm guessing. Yeah. Libertarian says, free Palestine, free Sudan. Yes, sir. Codeine says, on Worst Rapper Alive, it doesn't necessarily tell who produced what track. It has the producers on the right. Okay. So it's not track for track. I don't know why I didn't do that. I normally put who produced what. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that Big Doc produced Ups and Downs. Yeah. Solar panel says, I think it's flat, referring to the earth. Well, I mean, the key word is think. I could be asleep and say, and wake up and go, I think it's raining outside. But until I confirm it by looking out that window or that door, I'm just thinking. See, we got to operate on science and facts. Cam go live every night. I didn't know that. I'm going to have to check Cam out. Man, I'm behind. Yeah. Jimmy says storytelling at its finest. Man, I appreciate you, Jimmy. You know, they say the art of storytelling is becoming um, a lost art. It's becoming extinct. They say rappers ain't telling stories no more, and it's a lot of them that still are. A lot of great storytellers still in rap, but it's I don't want to say it's not as prevalent as it was. I could be totally wrong, but I know I'm always have stories. I was raised on it. I was raised on storytelling rap. Yeah. LeRon says the Maven stays in rotation, but I have no favorite album. Been a fan since the Terrors. I appreciate that, LeRon. But make sure you support the new stuff as well, man. I don't want to go on a streaming rant where we get into the evils of the streaming hustle, but to touch on it, that's why it's important for y'all who support me. If you say you support me, if you say you've been rocking with me, say you rock with me, don't just go on YouTube and play my songs on YouTube. Purchase the music, purchase the albums, purchase the physical copies, purchase the CDs. Even if you don't have a CD player, you can still stream it. But purchase the albums. That's how you keep an independent artist on 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 top. Fambo, what's going on, my brother? I appreciate that, man. Flow session number 1. Okay, Grandmaster. Jordan says, do you like any other music other than just rap? Yeah, I don't hardly listen to rap. I hardly ever listen to rap. All I really listen to is old school R&B, 70s, 80s, 90s R&B with a few little sprinkled other genres sprinkled here and there if they got a song I like, something like that. But outside of that, and when I do listen to rap, it's like old school rap. Yeah. Black Lou said, "Did you know the Dallas rapper Gangsta C or his brother Ron C?" I'm familiar with Ron C. Ron C was jamming back in the day. Ron C had that trendsetter. He used to sound like Too Short back in the days, but he's from Dallas. Um, I'm not familiar with Gangsta C, but yeah, I'm familiar with Ron C. Ron C has had some traction at one point. Yeah. What is that? Chole Calcifero. I don't know. I know I'm mispronouncing your name. Peace to you, my brother. Peace to you. LeBron says, what do you think of Scarface live session? What, the Tiny Desk? If you're talking about the Tiny Desk, it was classic. It was epic. Who one of the best I've seen. One of the best I've seen. Scarface is just a musician. He's more than a rapper. He's an artist and he's the embodiment of an artist. He loves musicianship, the implementation of instrumentation with masterful rap skill blended with that. The man's a freaking genius. Yeah. Why not 007? Says I'm getting down with some Aesop rock. Not quite on your level, but it's got. Oh man, I've heard of Aesop rock, man. I got nothing but respect. Certain names always come to me, and I love it. It's like when I hear different artist names from different people at different times, I know that they're great. Boss lady, what's going on? I see you in the building. Yeah. Grandmaster said it hurt my heart what happened with Brad and Willie. And I mean it's all right. Brad and Will, they good. To my knowledge, they're good. I've been around them one time since the whole Grammy thing, and they were good. They good. I'm confident that Brad and Will are good. So y'all ain't got to worry about that. A lot of times, fan base is out of town, and people that may not be as close to the situation, they may think it's a severed relationship or just no, they're good. They're good. I mean, they have their views on that whole thing. Now, don't get it twisted. They still stand how they stand, I would assume, but they're good. Yeah. Francisco, what's going on? Dallas is repping tonight, man. Yeah. Come on, solar panel. Say, have you ever considered writing a book? See, this solar panel, look, this is why, this is why you have to tune in every day. You gotta subscribe and turn on all your notifications. And you gotta check. Even if you ain't getting notifications, come to my channel and check and see if I put some up. Because sometimes, man, you know, YouTube be hating, man. They don't want to, they don't. I am shadow banned. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced of it. So you're not going to see me get a big look. They're not going to give me a big look. So anybody who subscribed to my channel, and I'm going to tell you how crazy this is. I just crossed 70,000 subscribers, but I got 36 people in this room right now. Where the other 69,000 some people at? See, so that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you got to check. You got to check on me because they're not letting my message get out. They're not gonna happen. So, long story short, see if you got to check every day. You know, I got 2 books. I've written 2 books. 2. Now the OGs, they know. They know. Many people that's in this chat right now, they own both of these books. Few OGs in here. Shout out if you own both of these books. But yeah, man, I've written 2 books, man. But you got to check on me. You got to check on me. You can't leave it up to the algorithm. You can't leave it up to YouTube. You can't leave it up to the powers, man. They got a block on me, man. They got a ceiling on me. All right. Yeah, as Jason said, you got to get up on this channel. You got to be a regular. You got to see if you would know the books, you would know the comic book, you would know the album coming out, you would know all that because I talk about this every time I get on here. Yeah. Hey, but look, the man say I be busy working. You can't argue with a man that got to work now. Can't argue with a man that got to work. And you say YouTube is for sure hating because I get 0 notice. Yeah, you can have your bell clicked in there. That's why you got to check. You got to check. I got too many people. I don't think that YouTube allows everybody who subscribed to a particular channel and got the notification. I mean, I'm sure there are people who miss the note. Even if you got a big channel and it might be 2, 3, 5,000 people on your live, it's gonna be a lot of people that may not get it. But mine is the way mine's set up. People tell me all the time, "Oh man, I didn't get the notification." So, I just feel like, I stand on something that I know that most of these powers are against. So that's just my theory. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong, y'all. Don't confuse me as being. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. What I'm saying about me being shadow banned is just a conjecture. It's just a guess of mine. I have no proof. So yeah, let's get that straight. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But YouTube is rigged, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's rigged, bro. I have a few theories of my own, but like I say, they're just the theories. Yeah. Cameron Keeling, what's going on? Said he said, I told my bro you shouted me out after watching your live stream and then had him listen to your stuff and he was just shocked because you're so, oh man, thank you, man. I appreciate that, Cameron. Shout out to you and your brother, man. Now you my brother. NK Red. So what you think about somebody like Big L, who is really good lyrically, but the bars are evil 90% of the time? I think it's a matter of perspective on how you look. If you look at the bars, I would have to know which ones you're saying were evil You know, I know he was a punchline king. And while I feel like most rappers are gonna have some edgy stuff. I hear rappers all the time. They may say a line that I was like, "Ooh, I would never say that," because it would have to be something that I would view to be disrespectful to the creator, or just so extreme that I may have I may be beyond that kind of content. Even though that was a time I might have been on something really ratchet and savage. But I would have to know what bars. You know, when I think of Big L, I don't think of evil. I think of just, man, punchlines, and you know, he might be on the edge, but I would have to know what bars you were talking about. I didn't really have. I like Big L. You know, Azazel Supra, what's going on? I see you. Well, as far as the comic books goes, they're basically following the pattern of the storyline of the songs that they're patterned after. So, Galactic Quest for the Mystic 10 volumes is basically following what the song is about, and Annihilation of the Evil Machine the same way. Yeah. Grandmaster says Willie D said in 1991, if it's not in your pocket, you don't have it. No question about it. Jimmy says when Face came to Alabama, he performed until the end, even when people started to leave. Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of sides to looking at that. Number one, you know you're a professional, so you're like, man, you know, I'm here to do a job. I'm gonna do my job. Um, Number two, you love your job. You love the art so much. You just want to keep performing. You want to just keep, you know, you in your zone. You know, okay, people going home. It's been a long night. I'm still performing. The third part to that dynamic could be sometimes this the behind the scenes stuff people may not be aware of. Sometimes artists have a contract, and in your contract, it may the promoter may require you based on what they paid you. Hey man, you got to perform for 45 minutes. So if you paid to perform a 45-minute set, 30-minute set, hour set, then you obligated contractually to play that set. So people could be leaving or whatever, whatever. You got to play. You got to keep doing that what you contractually obligated. So it could be a combination of those things, or all three at one time, you know. Or like I said, it could just be, hey man, we rocking out, we just love it. And the fourth part, you performing for the people who are still there. It's still people there, you know. It's all gonna be people that kind of get out early, gonna leave early or whatever, you know. But it's gonna be people that stay to the end. So if people stay to the end, I'm gonna play to the end. That's just me. Yeah. Fambo, what would my TV series be about? Dean said YouTube was hating. I didn't even get the notification that this was going. I was just browsing. You just passing through the neighborhood. You're like, whoa, you just walking through the neighborhood and say, oh, they having a picnic over there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, and look, you've been OG day one. If anybody's supposed to get a notification, it's people like you. So yeah. Syntax says always gonna check up on Big Bro. Yeah, y'all got to. Y'all got to check on me. YouTube ain't gonna give y'all. You know, this is what you compare it to. Sometimes the mailman he brings the check right to your door when he's delivering the mail. Sometimes you got to go check the mailbox yourself to see if the check is in there. That's how you got to do. Yeah. Francisco Jones says, rolling drop top on a galaxy. Come on, man. Active Perkins, man, what's good with you? I see you. Why not says, always be ready to speak your mind, and a base man will avoid you. YouTube is the base man. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, Francisco, come on more often, man. Don't be a stranger. Welcome. Come on in. We got a small, humble community, but it could be bigger if y'all show up. See, we can't be like the people. You know how it be an event and people will go to the event, and when they get there, if it ain't hardly nobody there, they leave. Oh man, ain't nobody here. So enough people get there and they leave. But if everybody would have stayed, in a few minutes it would have been popping. We gotta wait. We gotta wait to see who's there before we decide to be there. No, we gotta be leaders and say, "Hey man, I'm here." And the dude next to you, "Hey man, well I'm here too." And then the lady next to her, "Oh well, I'm here too." So now we create the crowd, the masses. We are the masses. We don't have to move on nobody else's movement. Before you know it, we got a solid crowd. Yep, yep. Jason says bloody outrageous percentage of people in comparison that should be. Yeah, I mean it's too extreme, man. Come on, man. I don't know who these 70,000 people are. I have no clue who these people are. But there's no way. I've never had like 300 people in a live before. So I know it's 70,000 people. You don't expect 70,000 people to be on your lives or to watch your video like that. But out of that amount, you should get 10%. That's weird, man. That's weird. Active Perkins says, man, to keep up with you, you like a grand MC Maverick. I ain't hard to keep up with. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Yeah. Just seems like it. Hmm. YouTube definitely not letting you be exposed as much as you should. Your content is educated. Yeah, man, we live in a contrary world, man. Yeah. Jimmy says, I could tell he really enjoys what he does. Yeah, Face love music. Even though he always trying to act like he hated and he gonna retire. Y'all click the like button. All the new people that are slipping in, man. Y'all click the like button for your big brother. And subscribe and turn on the notifications. That's what we're talking about tonight. NK Red says, what you think about some famous people having handlers, and have you seen anything like that? Some famous people need a handler. They just need the handler that's going to handle them the right way. See, you can have a handler and it's cool as long as the handler is not an enabler, meaning that you got some famous person that's a dope head, it's a drug addict, that's reckless in their movements, and you have people that are enabling them. Hey, you need some drugs? I'm gonna go get you the drugs. Things like that. Yes, men and women who will watch a person just crash out because they don't want to show concern or say no, man. Nah, man, you shouldn't be doing that. Hey, man, nah, man, that's not cool, man. You know, a handler by definition in my eyes is somebody that makes sure that that person is good, and they may be on some personal assistant type stuff. Personal assistant's job is mainly to just make sure the person has the things that they require, need, like, want, run the errands, bring my clothes, get me some food, take care of this, take care of that. But a handler supposed to handle stuff the right way. So I don't have a problem with that. I just, make sure your handler is not an enabler of things that the person don't need. Because all these celebrities, they end up overdosed and messed up and half crazy. And they had all these people around them. And nobody was able to get a hold of this dude or this female to make them, not make them, but to help them stay in a good place. Now you can't help everybody because some people gonna do what they're gonna do. But if I'm a handler, I'm trying to look out for you, man. Danny Boy 96, I see you, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the love, Danny Boy 96. Jimmy says, I believe they were just starting to shut down the venue. The people really enjoyed the performance. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's another factor. Sometimes you go over time, you know. Is that Rubin B? Ruben B? So how you doing, homie? Just want to let you know you much appreciated. Oh, man, thank you. Guess what? Guess what, Ruben B? You appreciate it too. I appreciate you. How about that? Much love. Fambo says Reno, Scarface, Gangsta Nip, J Dog would be a legendary concert. Yeah, that would be an interesting one right there. Let me go first so I can just watch the show. Yeah. Syntax says, have you ever gotten to a point where your own lyrics were too much to handle? I mean, in what way? What do you mean, too much to handle? Too hot to handle? Too cold to hold? No, I mean, what do you mean, like too much to handle? Like, um, you got to be specific. I don't want to try to guess what you mean. The TV show was how hip hop started in Houston. That would be dope. A lot would have to go into it to make it happen. A lot of research. But guess what? Fambo, I don't know if you've seen the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast, but we had a brother who knows Houston history like the back of his hand. Y'all go watch the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast with the homie Big Raw. If I ever did anything relating to the Houston history, he's gonna be my consultant. That dude knows stuff. Man, that dude know everything about how music in this city, man. Yeah. Appreciate the love, Ruben. Now, I'm not a prophet. I'm just a brother who was blessed by God to hear the men of God. And I just repeat what they say. That's it. Nothing but love. Solar panel says, why my whole check already gone? Welcome to life. I have to order all the K-Rino stuff I just got put on. Yeah, you got to, that's the one thing about a check. You keep working, another one will come. Grandmaster say they all have handlers. How you know? We be knowing a lot about people we don't know. Active Perkins. Oh, okay. Says already we have met many times, but I don't be in the hood like that. But you did a song with my brother York called "It's Gotta Be a God" by G. Yeah, man, that's my homie G. Ali. Yeah, no question, man. And York, yeah, I totally remember that. Yeah, much love. Appreciate that, man. Well, Ruben, I normally go live every Friday. Friday night, pretty much. If it's 52 Fridays in a year, what would y'all say, y'all? If it's 52 Fridays in a year, I'll probably go live 44, 45. I might miss some depending if I'm traveling, if I got a show or something, I may miss a week or so. But I always try to make it up. I may come on a Saturday, I may come on a Sunday. I did Friday and now I'm here on a Sunday. Tonight was more just impulse. Yeah, but every Friday, pretty much. The Underground Dialogue podcast airs every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central Time. So the podcast, we try to be consistent. The podcast airs every Wednesday at 9 p.m. So y'all just treat it like a TV show that you like to watch. If it comes on every certain night at a certain time, you're going to be ready to watch it. Let's do that with the podcast too, y'all. Hazmatically, Savage, what's going on? Hope you guys are all doing great. And if not, then let this man help us raise our elevator. Man, God is great, man. Y'all raise mine. See, that's the key. The least I can do is try to give it back, inject a little energy. Somebody might come on here, might be down, might be confused about some things. If you're down and you're sad, depressed, and confused, it's going to be all right. Go listen to a song I did called "It's Gonna Be Okay." It's gonna be okay. I told y'all about this brother that goes to the mosque that I attend. Every time I see him, well, this was years ago. Every time I would see him, he would go, "It's gonna be all right, brother." I didn't know what he meant. He was just really just saying it in general, but I took that like, yeah, I received that. It's gonna be all right. Yeah. So whatever you're going through, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. You can't pout it out. You got to work it out. Just work it out. Take your struggles and your troubles, view them as a challenge. You are going through your life, minding your business, not bothering nobody, and all of a sudden these struggles and troubles come to you, and you supposed to look at them like, wait a minute, hold on, you trying to break my peace? You trying to interrupt my happiness? Oh, it's war. It's a challenge. I ain't gonna let you do it. You don't take the challenges. Care what it is, man. Go into war mode. We soldiers. Fight. Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things we can do without. Come on, I'm talking to you. Who do you resonate with more? Who do you resonate more with? W.E.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, and Marcus Garvey. While I respect all three of those great brothers, um, I couldn't say maybe Marcus Garvey out of those three. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that's my man right there, Minister Farrakhan. But out of the three you named, to be respectful and answer the question, I would say Marcus Garvey. Connie said, I watched that show. He knew so much about H-Town, but I was drawn in because he was from Pittsburgh. Okay. You from Pittsburgh? I thought you was in California, Connie. That's another thing. He from Pittsburgh, and he knew more about Houston. But he been in Houston for almost 50 years, He been in Houston all his life, mostly, Yeah. Jason say, man, his knowledge of hip hop and culture it's hectic. So, Grandmaster, you saying handlers under a different definition, right? Okay, I got you. I mean, yeah. If somebody is, I guess, indoctrinated into the agenda, then it would make sense if they had people around them that were more monitoring and handling them in that way. So, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. Sometimes your handlers, in that case, are not even hands-on. LaRon says, I believe gatekeepers before handlers. Yeah, I think gatekeepers is kind of a different term with a different meaning. Gatekeepers more so people who determine who gets in, who they let in, and who they allow to come into that entity. People want to be big and famous. Okay, we got gatekeep. We got people that make sure, or we got people that keep people out. It's not about allowing people in. It's about keeping certain people out as well. So, yeah. So we got handlers, gatekeepers, monitors, enablers. Nocturnal said it's so hard to be the creative type, getting no views and watching copycats doing better. You feel me, Kay? Um, Only if you are equating your art to how many views you get. You can't make that mistake. Now, while I guess it can be discouraging if you are making good art, you're doing good work, you're creating good content, and it's not getting the views, that can be discouraging to make a person say, well, man, what's going on? But you can't let that knock you off your square because views can't be the thing that drives your machine. It still has to be based on the essence of the art and directing it to people who will appreciate it regardless of what that number amount is. So if you look at some work you did and you come back the next day and it's only got 11 views and it's been up 24 hours, hey man, as weird as this gonna sound, you gotta be thankful for the 11, man. Be grateful for the 11 because that 11 could have been a zero, So don't do it for the views, even though you want the views. Don't make any sense, but do it for the art. Do it from the heart for the art. Just give your best, because what happens is when people start to get caught up in that realm of the view, man, I got to get the views, got to get the views, got to get the views. That's when authentic artists start to conform and change in order to adapt and be what they feel will get the views. So now you're not being authentic no more. Man, I got to change this up. I got to start getting views. You see a lot of people do that. You see a lot of people that were conscious. You see a lot of people that were um, positive, making good positive content, and then they flip flop and start doing madness because views and money, views and money, views and money, views and money. All money ain't good money. You know, we all want money. Don't get it twisted. But you know, it's certain depths that you have to be unwilling to go in order to get money. It's certain things it's certain things you have to say, nah, man, bad as I need some money, I'm not doing that. And it's only a few people built like that. When you don't have it and somebody put you in a position to have it, but you have to do something that's out of your character, that's against your principles. Ain't too many people that's built like that. A lot of people gonna go, yeah, let me go on and get this bag real quick. Now, Spikey said, I'm glad people can recognize your music for what it is instead of envying it or being offended. Now, I get a lot of people that's offended by my music. I get a lot of emails and crazy comments and stuff like this. A lot of people that are offended by my music because they don't study. They don't do just a little research. They don't take much research, and they're not able to separate um, factual information. They can't separate facts from feelings. So if I say something that may come across a little harsh, but it's facts and it can be proven to be fact, but if you in your feelings because what I said may be directed towards something you represent or something that you're a part of, even if you don't line up mentally with what they may think or that entity may be about, it makes people offended or it makes them uncomfortable. But all it takes is a little study or to ask a question, and I can tell you what I mean and what it means to the best of my knowledge. And if it goes beyond my ceiling of knowledge, then I'll get back to you. I don't never, bro. Y'all know me. I don't never act like I know everything, bro. Because I would be uh, the most incredible liar in the world if I ever said or acted like or came off like I know everything about everything. But I know what I know. And far as envy, oh, it's people that envy what I do too. I didn't say a whole lot of people, but I've come across people that are absolutely envious, and I'm like, what you envious of me for? It's people on 10,000 times higher levels than me that you could be envying to be worrying about little old me down here. I'm down here with you. I'm digging through the scraps with you. Why are you envying me? Because I was able to turn the scraps into a gourmet meal. I laugh when people uh, show envy and that sort of thing towards me. I'm like, wow, you really are shooting low. You swinging at the kneecaps. You in a fight with somebody and you punching down at their kneecaps. Lando said, don't sleep on the podcast. That's right. Don't sleep mentally or actual. Marty Marr, what's up, my brother? Salute to you, dead end salute. Edie J is in the building. Yeah, man. Blessings to your solar panel. Grandmaster says, I do not operate outside of my character, and I was tested that way more than once. I'm a tough one. That's what's up. NK Reds, what movies do you remember watching when you was in high school? There's a few. One of my favorite movies to this day, I first saw in high school. It's a movie called The Outsiders. Love that movie. I watched that movie right now if it came on TV. It's got Matt Dillon, Patrick Swayze, Tom Cruise, Rob Lowe. Um, um, Great movie. My man that played Karate Kid. What's the Karate Kid's name? Man, I remember everybody else's name, but I can't remember his name. Somebody, please put Karate Kid's real name, because it's gonna bother me all night. I see his face clear as day. I'm gonna try to guess it before y'all put it on. I can't remember. How do I forget the Karate Kid's name? I know this dude's name. Patrick Thomas Howell. I think his name is something. It's something Thomas Howell. He's in the movie. Man, what's the Karate Kid's name, man? Ralph Macchio. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, Matt. Anybody else seen? Okay, y'all seen The Outsiders. Okay. If y'all haven't seen The Outsiders, go watch it. You're gonna love that movie. For me, I'm familiar with the Warriors, but I'm just not a big fan of the Warriors like that. I mean, the movie. I definitely don't like the Golden State Warriors. But I mean, I've seen the Warriors, but I'm not a big fan of it like that. Go watch The Outsiders. You won't regret watching that movie. I can't think of anybody that could watch that movie and not like it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Jimmy says No Stress is an underrated song. Appreciate that. No Stress is an underrated song. I appreciate that. Means a lot. Brother Chris done snuck in the building. Kind of say our sisters from Pittsburgh. Yeah, okay. Nocturnal, one question. Okay, your opinion. You say my onion. You say my onion would mean the world. Nah, I know what you meant. My opinion would mean the world, but it's so hard to be the creative type, getting no views and watching copycats doing better. Okay, I already read that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Connie, you was an H? Okay. That's what's up. Ruben says, how do I become a better writer? I write a lot of stuff. I know, like depression and being solo dolo, but I want to do more. Man, look, hey, this is how you become a better writer. Have confidence. This is a teaching book. Teaching book, man. Yeah. You got to get this book if you want my opinion on how to write. What I always say, y'all, when I somebody asks me a question about writing, I pull this book out. I say the same thing. This should be in schools. Should be in colleges, elementary schools, middle schools. Yeah. Jason, yeah, overseers. I don't always follow my own advice. That's the weird. That's the crazy part about life. Um, we great at telling other people good advice, but when you the one in the bubble, when you the one in the mix, that's the challenge. You have to figure out how to follow your own advice. You have to ask yourself, because I've done this many times. When I'm in a dilemma, I'll ask myself, if I wasn't the one in this dilemma and it was somebody else and they asked me what I would do, what would I tell myself to do? If I could come out of myself and ask myself advice about what I'm going through, what would I tell me to do? And then I answer it. And then you do your best to do it. Yeah, man. Is that L. Jackson? 9565. Hey, big brother K-Rino. Oh, man. My mental health has deteriorated to the point I can't even keep a job, man. How do I start becoming one with God? Because I feel it's time. You got to talk to him, man. You got to ask him the same way you just asked me that question. Ask him to bring you into oneness with him. Ask him not to let you fall by the wayside because he cares about you. Ask him, God, how do I reconnect? How do I get my mind back? How do I not lose what mind I might have left? And you got to ask him for that, and then you got to seek the solutions and answers. You got to do what you know to do. Do you know what your purpose is? Do you know exactly what you're born to do? If you do, you need to get to doing it. If you don't, you need to figure it out and do other things in the meantime. Sometimes some of the best peace and gratification that we get is just from helping other people. Go do something for some people that are less fortunate than you. Because as bad as our situations are, as generic as it sounds, it's people that's got it worse. So you got to look at the situation and say, well, man, I I got it bad right now, but it could be worse for me. Somebody got it way worse, man. But you got to talk to God. You got to say, God, don't leave me. Don't let me go out like this. Help me figure this out. Remove this storm. It's a storm in here. You got a storm going on up in here. Because if you're not able to keep your job and there's a focus that's not there, it's something that's just not allowing you to lock in and do what you're supposed to do. And as a grown person, you're not gonna be able to live like that. You're not gonna be able to function. So you gotta, just like I said earlier, you might not have been on here when I said this earlier. When a challenge comes to you, when a problem presents itself in your life, you got to take that as a challenge. Somebody trying to take something from you. If somebody walked up to you while you was walking down the street and physically tried to take something from you that you had in your hand, what are you gonna do? You're gonna resist. You're gonna fight back. So now we live in a world that's trying to actually take your mind from you. You gotta resist and fight back. You ain't taking my mind. I ain't going crazy. I ain't gonna be overcome by depression. I'm not gonna lose it. You ain't taking my mind. I'm fighting for me. You only get one you. You are the only you that you're going to get. You are the only version. This is not Pac-Man, where you can get ate by the ghost and then you got another extra man and the extra man. Nope, this is the only version of you. So like Mr. Farrakhan said, you fight like hell for your one life. And that applies in any category. I appreciate you even asking me that question. I pray to God that something I say can make a difference, bro. Or sis. DJP. DJP says it's a trip. DJ, is that? Oh, Pillow Pants. Okay. I said DJP. Dean says the people you offended, was it ever at the level of when people bought Snoop's album just to trash it in the street? That would be, yeah, hey, cool. The joke's on you, Jack. Like, who who would be dumb enough to think that that's a punishment? Somebody goes out, 100,000 people go out and buy your album just to smash it in the streets. Thank you. People are weird, man. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I hope they would get that offended. I'm from the school of thought. I was I was always taught about boycott. A boycott consists of, if there's an issue with something, someone, or a company or business, that you withdraw from spending your money. Them dummies they boycott. They did a boycott on Snoop. They did a reverse boycott. Yeah, do that to me. Yeah, come on. Let's get it on. Albo, you ask a very interesting question, my friend. America's Most Wanted or The Diary? Which is better in your opinion? Man, that's a, ooh. Hmm. Can't answer that one. That's a tough one. Why don't they just go on and do the verses, huh? Love from Australia. Back love to Australia, no question. Phantom Face! The OG is in the building, man. Phantom Face say, I stay solid myself. Man, appreciate that. Appreciate the love, Grandmaster. DJ Pill says, envy and animosity. Nocturnal, they envy you because they don't have the discipline or morals you have. I don't even think about that. I'm not the most morally sound and disciplined person you ever come across. But envy is generated by someone who is yet to tap in and understand their own gifts and greatness. So they look at somebody else's gifts and they feel upset that that person is thriving and prospering in the gift that God gave them, and they're not. So they're like, why I gotta be him or her instead of me? You know? So that's where that comes from. They haven't done the work to put themselves in an enviable position. And that's the key. When you don't have nothing going for you, that's when you sit around and start being upset about what other people have going on for them. Grandmaster about to be 51 coming Sunday. Man, that's a blessing. The greases and the socials. Yeah. Come on, D. You know what it is. Yeah. They made us read the book and then we watched the movie. That's right. Yeah. I wasn't keen on reading the book. I wanted to watch the movie. I'd rather watch the movie. Yep. Jealousy and envy have differences. Absolutely. Envy is pure evil. Absolutely. The envious person doesn't want you to have what you earned. They want it instead. That's a fact. You hit the nail right on the freaking head. Yep. They don't they not only want to have what you have, they don't want you to have it. Yep. Are there any rappers from the South Park, Houston, you don't care for, or why? Nah, I ain't got no problems with nobody. I ain't got no problems with nobody. Even back in the days when I was coming up and I was battling all the time, man, even the rappers I rapped against back in the day, I never hated those rappers. I never had like a real pure hate or dislike towards, in the moment, it's like you playing sports against somebody. You competing. It's like you have a competitive dislike for somebody in the moment, but personally, no. And even to this day, like I'm learning about so many rappers that are from South Park, just new generation rappers that are from my neighborhood that I didn't know nothing about because of the Rap Economics platform. When I watch Rap Economics, I see all these rappers that's representing South Park, and of course, other parts of the city and now other parts of the country. But in Houston, in particular, it's like, man, there's so many rappers that's from South Park that I'm learning about through the Rap Economics platform, which your big brother recently did another Rap Economics flow. If y'all haven't seen your big brother on Rap Economics, go right here on YouTube or Instagram and put in Rap Economics in my name, and you'll see my Rap Economics flow. Some of y'all didn't know because y'all don't be keeping up. Jimmy says boycotting makes more sense. Yeah, it would be smarter if you try to hurt somebody. Why would you fill their pockets up? You trying to cancel somebody. You trying to ruin somebody. Why would you fill their pockets up? Phantom Face said they already bought it. Yeah, them dummies. In the words of Fred Sanford, you big dummy. I ball or die. Information over belief. Say information over belief over reality. Am I reading that right? Yeah. Yeah. Lindsay. See, Lindsay, look, man, you gonna fight. We're gonna fight. I'm telling you right now, me and you, we're gonna fight. Because where you been? Where you been? You better tell me. The only answer that I'm gonna accept, you better tell me that you got kidnapped by some foreign spies that took you to another country. You had to escape and fight your way out through 200 ninjas. You had to swim across the Atlantic Ocean to get back home. It's the only excuse I'm gonna accept because you've been gone a long time. See, you were OG on this channel, sis. Lindsay said, I just stopped caring so much. I have like I don't give a bleep and I don't feel so bad. Sometimes that's the way to approach certain people when you recognize how they treat you. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with when you realize, you know what, man, this person ain't really rocking with me. So I ain't gonna rock with them. You know, I hate when people continue to try to accommodate people who don't do the same for them. And sometimes it comes in the form of, and the reason being, well, that's my family member. Oh, that's my cousin. That's my sister. That's my mom. That's my son. That's my daughter. And I got it. Look, man, I you give grace to people. You're supposed to. You have mercy on people. God have mercy on us and give grace to us all the time. But you reach a point where it's like, okay, this person using me. No, this person don't care nothing about me. This person done dogged me out this many times. And so you have to go into a mode of self-protection to look at that person and say, nah, I don't care no more. And it's not to have the mentality of, I just don't care, period, about nothing and nobody. It's not for you to become some hard-hearted, non-feeling, non-caring person all the way around. Is to know where to direct that mentality, because it's not, everybody's not deserving of that. You got people that do rock with you, got people that, so you don't give everybody that kind of treatment, but you pinpoint that treatment to people who deserve it. Because for you to feel like that in the first place, somebody or somebody's over time, a group of people over time, at different points in time, did things to warrant you feeling like that. So you direct that to them. I have to tell people all the time, no, don't take it out on everybody. Take it out on the people who took it out on you. And y'all click the like button if y'all just coming in. Some of y'all just coming in and y'all didn't click the like button yet, man. So click that thumbs up for your big brother, man. We probably won't get to 100 likes tonight, but if you've been in here, some of y'all probably been here, you forgot, they wasn't thinking, but click the thumbs up for your brother. But yeah, but that's what it is, man. Yeah, don't give up on the world. Give up on the people that shown they self to you as being not for you. NK Reds, do you believe there's like animals that have evaded humans, mermaids, Bigfoot, the dinosaur in the Congo River, Loch Ness monster? No, I don't believe in that stuff. It's fun to read about, but no, I don't believe in that stuff. Yeah. Nocturnal said, but then it's like being a non-smoker to tell a smoker that they need to stop smoking because it's unhealthy. Well, no, I mean, you don't have to be a smoker to know that smoking ain't healthy. So sometimes we can make the mistake, if I'm understanding your statement right, sometimes we can make the mistake of feeling like, well, man, if you ain't walked in my shoes, you can't tell me nothing. And there are certain aspects of that that can be true, because there are certain things that people have gone through in depth that if you haven't gone through that, you can't relate. You can't relate. You can offer generic words, but you can't relate. See, if somebody have done 20 years in the pen and you ain't never been to the city jail, you can't tell them how you should carry yourself when you in the penitentiary and you need to, you can't tell them that. But there are other things in life that you can say, well, okay, you know what, this guy's smoking cigarettes. He just, and now he around here, he's sick and he messed up. And somebody that don't smoke cigarettes is saying, bro, you gotta stop smoking cigarettes, man. We the same age, and you around this bad boy looking like you 104. So those are things that you can relate to people because you may be a physical example of why it's not good to do it. But then on the flip side, it's so nuanced because if a person that's been divorced 4 times, got 4 failed marriages, and then they trying to give you relationship advice and telling you how you should conduct yourself in your marriage, then you say, wait a minute, all your marriages failed. But there's another side to that that says if they're telling you what not to do, then in terms of like, hey man, these are the mistakes I keep making or I've made, then they become an expert. You need to lock in and listen. Because I mean, why have you been divorced 4 times? So they get to telling you, hey man, you know, this is my problem, man. Hey man, I do this, I do that. Okay, you listen. So it's nuanced, it's layered. You just got to know. It's like you in the produce section. You got to know what fruits to one, vegetables to pick. Yeah. Lindsay say I'm all about self in this season. Yeah, and that's cool. You gotta self preserve. You gotta self protect. You gotta self reflect. You gotta self love. You gotta do all that. But don't let that be coming from a place of where I've just given up on the world. Like I say, give up on them clowns who got you in this mode. You ain't in this season just because you woke up one day. Somebody put you in it. So block them out. That's how you do that. You compartmentalize, block them out. Okay? And do what you got to do for self. Get your mind together. Isolate and do what you got to do. Pray, meditate, do whatever you got to do. Kelso Elementary, toughest school I ever went to. Tested my mental and my physical and my blackness. Yeah, Kelso. I didn't go to Kelso. I went to Frost, but later on, boy, we used to hoop behind Kelso and dunk on the logos. Yeah. Danny Boy says, I'm in the same boat as you. People tell me I give some of the greatest advice in the whole world, but yet I'm the one that struggles badly. Yeah, I mean, like I say, you gotta have an out of body experience. You gotta step outside yourself and talk to yourself like you're not yourself. And then you gotta just do it. You know, sometimes we have more confidence in things that we provide for others than we do for the things that we can provide for ourselves. You know, sometimes we go into modes where, nobody knows you better than you. So we go into modes where we may feel like, well, man, I'm undeserved. You feel undeserving. And I don't deserve it. Look, man, ain't nobody perfect, but pull yourself out of that moping mindset. Not you. That's definitely not going to work. People say, well, man, I've been trying to be positive. I've been trying to stay up and just keep my mind on a high vibration, but it ain't. Look, you can debate internally whether or not that's going to benefit you, but I will say that you got a better chance thinking on that level than you do with the pity party and the moping and all that. That's definitely not going to raise your uh, circumstances. That's not going to improve your circumstances. That you don't have a chance. So you might as well go into positive thinking mode. And a positive thought has to be followed with positive movement. You got to move, man. You got to get up. You got to get up. We cannot. There are outside forces and situations that will bring you down and depress you. That's just natural. That's what's gonna happen to everybody. But the worst thing that we can do is stack on bricks to our own depression. Can't keep putting bricks on your own back. These are the things that you control. These are not the things that other people did. Okay, I might not be able to control. If I got a bad relationship with my mama and she told me you ain't gonna never be nothing, and I'd hate I even had you. You the worst mistake I ever made, and then your mama told you this. I can't control that, but I can control whether I accept it or not. Well, it hurt, man, because my mama said, yeah, that's true. I get it. But you ain't that. That's not who you are. You got to have sense enough as a grown man or woman, like, that ain't me. I ain't going to let no words. Your husband told you was trash and shouldn't have married you. Nah, you worthless. You ain't nothing as a woman. Man, you don't let that type of stuff sink into you and become one with you. You know better than that. And some of us will feel like that, and we'll be the same ones. And say, well, man, hey, man, you believe in God? You believe in the Creator? Yeah, man, I believe in God, man. So you think God agrees with somebody telling you you wouldn't nothing? And what's going to be his mindset when he sees that we accepted that and now we starting to believe it? Maybe I ain't nothing. No. How are you not nothing? And he created you. Have you ever stopped and thought about just the anatomical structure, which is you? Do you know how intricately detailed your design is? It's no, just off the rip, just off of that, you can't say that you are nothing. You got billions of cells in your body. You got veins and pores and flesh and blood and bones and organs and brain and thought. We ain't even getting into the intricacies of the mind. There's nobody that should ever be able to tell you that you nothing. That's to be dispelled the minute somebody, oh, you can't speak. You not even qualified. You don't even have the right and the authority to tell me what I am and what I ain't, because you didn't make me. So how do we let somebody who didn't even create us tell us what we not? Come on, man. Who you gonna believe? That person that's trying to destroy your self-esteem, or you gonna believe God himself? Look in the mirror. Think about your gifts. Think about the things you good at. It's like, he didn't make you. That cat didn't make you. That woman didn't make you. Your mom and your daddy didn't even make you. Somewhere down the line, the man that you call your father, your biological father, he ejaculated into your mother, into who would become your future mother. He ejaculated, and when he ejaculated, it was like billions and billions of sperm, and you was one of them. And out of all them billions and billions of sperm that knew on the moment of ejaculation, they knew exactly where they was trying to get to. How? How did those sperm that were ejaculated from your father, how did they know where they was trying to go? They all took off in the same direction. It was like, go. Boys looking on the side of them, they knew that they had to get to that egg, and they was trying to get to that egg for one purpose and one purpose only, and that purpose was to be what you are right now, manifested in the flesh. But guess what? Out of all them billions, you the one that made it. So I say this all the time. How is it that you could have the willpower and the skill and the intelligence to beat 1 billion other entities that were just like you and trying to achieve the same thing? How were you able to win that race before you were even in this form? But then you get to this form knowing way more than you knew then, and now you giving up and you punking out. Okay. Come on, man. Losing ain't option, bro. Losing ain't option, sis. We don't lose, man. We might have setbacks, but we don't lose. Danny Boy says, do you feel like overly arrogant people are secretly insecure and use the arrogance as a front to make it seem like they feel? In some cases, that's 100% true. Some cases, some people are overly arrogant, and that's just how they are. They overly arrogant, and because they just believe in themselves like that. The belief in themselves made them arrogant because they may have accomplishments that like, I'm so great. But to your point, yes, a lot of people that they put that fake face on because it's covering insecurity. I made a video like this. It's a lot of rich people that are insecure. It's a lot of successful people that are insecure and have low self-esteem, no confidence. They have to always be reassured and receive affirmation that they somebody, and they are highly successful. But being successful in your gift, see, sometimes your gift can grow you at a pace that outpaces your mental side. So if I'm a real good rapper, if I'm a real good singer, if I'm a great athlete, I'm a basketball player, boxer, and all that, I can be rich and famous by the time I'm 20 years old, 19 years old, 18 years old. So, but I may have had a hard life coming up. I may have had a bad, tumultuous relationship with my family, and I may have had it rough. And I never healed from that. You might have got molested as a child, all kind of scenarios, but your gift shot you up faster than you were able to heal and get counseling and be fixed from this part. So now you up here and people seeing you, they love you, but you still insecure. You still scared. You still don't trust people. So yeah, that's absolutely, it could be a front. You got unresolved mental stuff going on. You don't know God. You messed up. That's why we see a lot of our people, they get up like that and then they end up losing it. They end up falling. Can you give me a tune? This is L. Jackson, to listen to That's whatever comes to your mind when you read it. I mean, depends on what you mean. Like, what category you are you interested in? I feel like I got a song for almost everything, but I know I don't have a song for everything. I'm trying to get to where you can't miss me. Eyeball or Die says, I have found outcome independence to be a spiritual lifesaver. Explain to us what outcome independence is. Yeah. Dangerous babyface ghost, I see you. Yeah. Aunt G, what's up? Aunt G says, quick question, big bro. Will you ever play in Corpus Christi again? Nah, ain't no off topic tonight. It's open topic, so this is a good question. I mean, I hope so, man. You know, I go where I'm booked for the most part. So yeah, man. Hey, man, I haven't got a booking in Corpus Christi in a while. I love Corpus, so yeah, I would love to come back to Corpus, man. I love to come back to Corpus. I got a lot of love for Corpus Christi. I always have, man. A lot of my peoples from out there, and I don't mean my blood family, but I got roots out there, some South Park roots out there. Some of my people was out there, man. Yeah. Massini Troy said jealousy is when someone you love loves someone else more than you. Or it ain't that they love someone more than you. You may think they do. Or you may see them giving somebody else attention that you ain't comfortable with them giving, so you get a little jealous. Hey man, y'all click the like button, man. I'm tired of seeing that 70 something on. And let's get to 80. Let's get to 80 likes. Everybody who haven't clicked the thumbs up, click it for your brother. Let's get to 80 likes. Can we get to 80 likes? And I'm gonna let y'all make it because I didn't plan on being here that long. Appreciate the love, Jimmy. Trying to be sober. Well, I ain't trying to. I'm physically sober. Appreciate that. Hey man, y'all drop y'all locations, man. It's just getting crunk up, but I gotta go. Drop y'all locations and let me shout y'all out. Yeah, let me shout y'all out. Y'all drop y'all locations, man. Man, appreciate that love on Future Shot, L. Jackson. Nocturnals in Rochester, New York. L. Jackson is from the land down under. Brother Chris is in OKC. Vincent is in Hawaii. Jimmy is in Anniston, Alabama. Grandmaster Rodimus is in Ypsilanti, Michigan, just west of Detroit. We know the Phantom Face is in 614. Connie is in the 619. San Diego. Danny Boy's in Florida. Man, we all over the place, man. All over the map, all over the world, all over the country, man. Gun production, what's going on? See, I listened to Future Shock yesterday. Well, that was in the past, though. Man, I appreciate y'all. Future Shock is one of my favorite songs I ever wrote, man. So anytime y'all mention that song, man, it means a lot to me, bro. That's one of my favorite songs that I ever wrote. That's one of my pride and joy songs. I got a handful of songs that's in that category. Yeah. Our ball is in Salem, Oregon. Ruben B is in Southeast Houston, Texas. Slow feet don't eat. Hi, I'm Clark. I was just in a Clark tonight. Knocking them things down. We won too. Marty Mart, South Park, of course, my brother. Is that Sat 1241? Said, would you do a collab with Casual from the Hieroglyphics crew? Oh man, of course, man. Much respect to the Hieroglyphics, man. No question about it. Massini Choice. What is that? Otero? Terry Kimbrough up there in Mississippi. What's going on? We're out there in Mississippi. You Famous Inc., Clinton Park, East Side, Houston. Man, I appreciate that the universe had you pick up a pen. All praise is due to Allah. I'm grateful that you found your big brother. Man. The struggle gonna make all of us great. Come to Sydney, Australia, the Metro Theater, honestly. I did a show in Sydney, Australia back in the days. Man, the airlines jacked up, man. You can't even be comfortable traveling no more. Man. Sat, that's my email address right there, my brother. The silencer has entered. Is that Donapian 88? The silencers in South Carolina. Slow Feet say danger zone, still go hard, man. Respect. Slow Feet, we interviewed on the Underground Dialogue podcast. That's my podcast for y'all who don't know. If you in the clock, you already know Harvey Love. We just did an interview with Harvey Love on the podcast, which will be running soon. We got a few ahead of him, but we'll be running the Harvey Love interview soon, so you don't want to miss that one. Germany in the building. All right, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, I know we won't get to 100 likes tonight. I really didn't plan on being on here this long, but y'all started really dropping bombs, so we got it going. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Few things before we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast. Legends 34 Sports Podcast. Y'all was asking me all them sports questions tonight. Y'all go check out our sports podcast. Be looking for my new album called The Industry, coming out soon. And subscribe to this channel and all our podcast channels and watch our videos every day. All right, man. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.